This is for the whole community.
Yeah.
InfoSec, hacking.
Sunday Conversations live stream.
They're trying to find me. They're always thinking I
Start
am
your week off
APT.
right.
Playing on that red team. They're trying to find me. They're always thinking
I got the chills
am
right now.
APT.
Pop your box, hit your site with that cross site.
Oh.
Read your traffic, caught a bug out of mid-flight. Decrypt
Let's
traffic,
get it.
now I can see your shit in plain sight.
Santi's ready.
Website dead.
I'm ready.
Now the whole sock flipping.
It's
Now
gonna be
snatch your
epic.
Data. I got your sis so fucking
Ooh,
ripping
I got
out.
the chills.
100K.
Let's go.
If you need that fucking old day bugging out, I made $1 million a day.
Yeah.
HackerOne.
Turn
I
on your
mean,
notifications.
something in
Hit that
rate.
subscribe button.
Playing on that
Don't forget
red
to hit
team.
that bell.
They're trying to find me. They're
Yeah.
always thinking I am
Engage with us.
APT.
We got the
Playing
chats
on that
up.
red team.
Ask and
They're
we will
trying to
answer. I
find me.
promise you that.
They're always thinking I am
Ooh. Man,
I'm
just going to let you know some updates that I have. So I've been upgrading some of the software, some of the equipment, some of the things that I'm doing. So it's important for you guys to engage with me so I could know what I need to do better, right? I have my chats up. This is why we're doing it live. It's better to be doing it live, get an engagement, letting us know how the sound is, how everything is, just to take it to that next level. So definitely, I see you guys on the chat. Marco Pelix, this is live. This is what we're doing. So all I have to say is I'm going to try to do my best. If the audio on my side or Santi's side is off, let me know so I could adjust it. But it's time. It's time to go. It is time. It's Sunday Conversations. This is the Hacker's Mindset. Sunday Conversations. I am your host, Marco Figueroa. And today our guest is Santiago Lopez, who goes by Try to Hack on HackerOne platform. He's made over $1 million on bounties on that platform. Let me give you some stats. He has over 1,800 vulnerabilities found. His reputation's over 49,000. His signal rate is over 5. And his impact is over 15. Today we welcome Santiago Lopez. What's up? Coming from Argentina.
Hey.
What's going on, brother?
Hi, Marco. How are you? Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, yeah, man. I am super excited. Just to let everyone know, I met Santiago earlier this year. And it was I think it was a HackerOne event. I was there. We were hanging out. We were talking. It was epic. Some of the things that he was sharing with me. That day, we had sushi, we had fun, we talked a lot, and we stood in touch ever since. And how old are you now?
I'm 21 right now.
Nice.
And yeah, Marco, that event was a very, very good. Was a very good moment, and I really remember that event, and I really miss to travel again.
Yeah. It's one of those things when you meet someone, you know that you're gonna you're both like-minded, as well as you have those conversations. And what I found is like, oh man, here's this 21-year-old, and I could see him as my mentor when it comes to web apps, right? And what I try to do with Santi is have a conversation with him every week or two. I always try to give you a call and figure out, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? Right? And I appreciate that, because you've schooled me over the last, I would say, 8-9 months on certain things, what to look for and what to do. So let's get right into it. I know we're going to have questions coming up from YouTube as well as Periscope. We're on Twitch as well. We're streaming to all 3 platforms. So let's get right into it. How did you get to the top of the leaderboard of HackerOne over the last, few years, and what was that process like?
was a hard process and a long process at the beginning. I started when I was 16 years old. I started investigating about computers, hacking. I didn't have, of course, any experience on computers or informatics or anything like that. So it was kind of new for me. At that age, I was a more sportsman. I always was doing sports. I did swimming. I did some football. But my life changed when I started investigating about hacking. Was really good at the beginning because I discovered a different way to have an opportunity to make money, to have a work. Because here in Argentina, for example, we don't have such opportunities to make a living here, more in programming stuff. So it was really good for me and for any people in Argentina. So I started again. I discovered HackerOne through Google. Was really hard to find my first Google. I remember I had some feelings to give up and to not hack anymore because it was really hard. But I didn't give up, and through experience and a lot of work, days without sleeping was a hard process, but I could make it up and be in the competition in the leaderboard of HackerOne. And I started winning points. I remember when I had such 10 points or 20 points was kind of not motivated.
Yeah.
But I was seeing all those hackers with 10K points and all that money coming from, and was a motivation. So I started to invest more time, to focus, and testing different programs more. In the first, I tested programs without any rewards. They just give reputation points or stuff like that. Like, it was a good experience to have more techniques to learn. So those programs helped me a lot for me. And then when I said, okay, I'm going to try to make money. I leveled up my game. I keep learning, and I focus on one program. It's a very well-known program. So I focused on the program. I started to make a career right there, and I started to make points, win money, and have like a salary, for example, and have my life like a hacker. It's a really normal life now, but in that moment was very, very volatile. For example, I did days when I didn't sleep at all, and then started hacking for like 20 hours a day. But it was good, and it was fun at the beginning, but it was really, really hard.
Yeah. So what I find, there's a misconception of how long it takes to get good in being a good bug bounty hunter. Can you clear that up for all the people that are going to listen to this?
Yes, I think too there is a misconception. For example, there are some people that think that maybe you can be a good hacker in short time or long time. But I think that you don't have a specific date or a specific time to be a good hacker. Maybe some guys can be a good hacker faster because they already knew, have knowledge on cybersecurity before. If you don't have any knowledge on cybersecurity like I was, it will be hard at the beginning because it's all a new world and it's very, very hard. So I think maybe if you invest time, you don't give up and you focus, you can make a career and you can have experience to be a great hacker in years, or maybe if you have experience, maybe months, but there's not a specific day to be a good hacker. It's more on having focus and don't give up.
Nice. So, what did you do to get better in web hacking over the last few years? Before you go into answer that, I would tell you recommended me to pick one niche, right? You said, I'm good at this, and I would recommend that you go into this. But before you even, go ahead and go into that, take this course real quick. What did you do over the last 2-3 years to take you to that next level?
First, I tried all the low impact vulnerabilities, like information disclosure errors or something like that. Something really, really low that you can, maybe you don't even get paid, but you have a good, you will have experience writing reports. And then, look, what you need to do is to make an investigation or research on the type of vulnerabilities that are in the market and try to understand, believe what type of bugs you will be able to find in a short time and without more difficult. For example, I'm very good at IDORs. But I decided to invest all my time researching for IDORs because I knew, investigating, that was a very good bug to be paid. For example, some companies, they can pay you 5K, 6K, or 2K. It's a very good number for the bug. And it's not such difficult to find.
Mm-hmm.
You need to search, see what kind of vulnerabilities are you good on to find. You need to look all the vulnerabilities and try to get one that fits to you.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second. This is why we live. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. He's saying, I got much respect. If you're not subscribed, hold on 1 second. If you're not subscribed to Hacker Studio Valley, definitely do it. He's saying the headphones that I have on is coming out too loud. How's that, guys? Give me some feedback, Chris. How's that? Count to 5 right there, Santi. Count to 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. How's that? Does that sound better, guys? Let me know if that sounds better. All right, go ahead. We'll continue on. I just lowered my headphones, and he was saying your voice out of my headphones is coming into the mic, and that's where we were having the echo. So thank you, Chris, for that. I greatly appreciate you troubleshooting it far away. So I appreciate that. So hopefully this would work. On to our next question, sir. Go into your technique that you specialize in, because to me, the skill level you have when it comes to IDOR is just on a different level. Can you go into detail? You're a sniper of epic proportions when it comes to IDOR. So I would definitely recommend you go into detail. Number one, go into that process. But number two, go into what you've done to get to that next level.
Okay. First, to be a sniper in IDORs, you need to find a company that has a platform that is connected to users. For example, my best programs has a platform where it has users in their organizations, that they are connected in the same organizations, and they have other organizations that are not connected, but they are in the same platform. So when you find that company, then that could be a potential target to try to find IDORs. Or for example, I'm very good to previous escalations. that are not IDORs, but they are really similar, and they are issues in permission models. I was able to find all those books because I found platforms that had organizations inside where they have different users connected. So when you find that company, for example, Verizon Media is very well known, and they have like products where they have a platform with potential users that they are connected. Then, with more experience, you will have more knowledge to find IDORs or installations, and they are really, really easy books, at least for me. They are easy to find if you have experience, and they are very well paid. So, but basically, that is my technique. Then to improve that technique, you need to have more experience finding books. I mean, you need to find books first, and then you will have more experience, and you will have more facility to find more and more books of that type. Then to reach to that level was a process. There is no secret to level up so easy. I think if you have enough experience, you find a lot of books. For example, like me, I found thousands of books of that type, and it gave me some experience to have more facility to find them. But if you investigate, you learn about that IDORs or pre-declarations, and you think how you found them, and then when you have more experience, you will have more facility to find those books, and you will level up your game.
Gotcha. And guys, I greatly appreciate the feedback. They're saying that your audio is coming in echoey, so I'm trying to get that going, guys. I greatly appreciate the feedback. Let me know. I'm trying to work it on my side, touching different buttons, doing different things, and this is why we're live. You know, I right now I'm using Skype. I think I might go to Zoom next week and try that out. And I'm gonna go ahead and troubleshoot this process, because on my side, obviously it sounds good. I know I'm gonna see it on YouTube and everything, so I know it's definitely on my side after this, and try to figure out what's going on with the echoing. And I am recording this, so eventually this is going to be moved over to the podcast side. So as he's speaking, you know, I'm trying to do I'm going to go ahead and get the Zoom, and you know what? This is why we're live. You know what? I'm gonna set up a Zoom live session. I'm gonna cut to me, Santi. I'm gonna text you right now a Zoom link on Skype, and then just hop on there. And this is why we're live, guys. I told you. I'm getting new hardware. I'm getting new things. We're trust me, I'm trying to get it right now. So then I have guests lined up for the next 2 months. Santi, I apologize. I thought it was going to come out good. They said they're getting a lot of echoes. So give me a second, Santi. I'm going to send you the link. I'm gonna set that up for him. He's cut off right now. And then this is why we're live, and I'm super excited about it, right? Like, guys, you guys are giving me some awesome feedback on what I need to do, how I need to set it up, and it's important. So I'm just going to go ahead, start up a Zoom session real quick, have him join the Zoom session, and then same old two-step right now. So give me 2 seconds, and then you're going to give me feedback if it's echoing again. So, you know, this is important. Let me invite him now. All right. I'm doing the invite. Copying the link. All right. Let's see how that plays out. I'll wait for him to come in And then once he gets in here, I'll set him up, and hopefully it sounds better. And this is why I love doing live, right? Because, sometimes if you're recording and, you don't want to go back and do it over and over again. So he should be coming in right now. Like I said, new hardware, new things are happening. So bear with me. When he comes on, I'm going to set everything up. And this is what we do. This is what we do. So we're waiting for Santi. And guys, yeah, Marco, I'm going to troubleshoot it. I'm going to get it right. We're going to get it right. And we're going to keep on iterating through everything so we can get it right. So hopefully Santi's going to join. He's probably downloading the software. It's live. All right. So we have Santi in. He's joining. All right. Give me a second. Can you hear me?
Hey.
All right. So I can hear you. All right. So I can hear you fine. I'm going to bring you in. Give me a second, guys. We're troubleshooting this as we go. Can you hear me? Santi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hi. Can you listen?
I can hear you.
I can't listen.
All right. Guys, give me feedback. He's on. How does he sound echoey or what? So I need you guys to give me some feedback.
Hey.
There you go. Can you hear me? We can hear you out here. Jay on Twitch, he's coming on now. Let me know if you can hear him, guys.
Hey.
Can you count to 10? Count to 10 real quick for everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, give me feedback, guys. Let me know how he sounds.
Yeah.
How does he sound, guys? I'll wait for you guys to reply before we continue on with this. All right. Still got some reverb, but better than before. Okay, that's a start, though. I'm not going to lie, that's a start, and that's good enough for me. We're going to continue on with this. And I greatly appreciate you bearing with me and getting this right? Once I get this right, now I know always to use Zoom and never use Skype again. Yeah, never use Skype again. So I'll make sure I'll get that right. And let me get Santi situated here in the frame. All right. All right, Santi, we're going to go back and forth. But there we go. We got Santi locked in. Santi, I'm sorry about that. These problems happen, and guys, let me know. Oh, it's the same thing. It says little echoey. Pause your mic when Santi speaks. This may stop the echo. All right. I will do that. Look, I'm gonna pause. Santi, I want you to count to 10. Ready? Count to
One,
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, I just pause. Go for it. I just paused my mic. I wanted to see if that's good. Yes, that's better. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask my questions. I'm going to hit pause, let him answer it, and then I'll just jump on again. So it seems like sounds great. That's what it was. That feedback. Perfect, guys. I appreciate that. All right, we got it right. We definitely got this right. So let's get at it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, because they said it's much better. So now I know
Nice.
exactly what I have to do to get this right. Guys, I appreciate it, and this is why I love going live, because shit like this happens. There was an intermission to get it right? So Santi, since you was echoing, let's take 2 steps back right now. All right?
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back. There's the misconception, right? I have these things written down. So there's a misconception on how long it takes to get good at being a good bug bounty hunter. Can you clear that up for all the people out there that have been patiently waiting?
Well, the misconception is that some people believe that there is a specific date or time that you could be a hacker. For example, some people think that you could be a good bug bounty faster, or it's a process more longer. But I believe that it depends on each person. For example, if you already have knowledge in cybersecurity, I'm sure that you will be a successful bug bounty researcher way faster than some people, for example, like me, that didn't have any experience or knowledge on cybersecurity. For example, to find my first bug, I lasted around a year, and then maybe other person that already have cybersecurity knowledge or is smarter, I don't know, they could find their first bug in some months. But I think the misconception is that every person is different, and there is no specific date to be. There is no specific estimated time to be a good hacker. You just need to sit down and start learning, and it will arrive. It will arrive that you will be a successful hacker. You will be a good hacker to find more bugs, but all in the right time. If you need to spend maybe years or months to learn, it doesn't matter. If you believe that you can do it, you will do it at the estimated time. I think that you don't need to lose motivation and start learning right now to be a good hacker.
So what did it take for you to get to that level? I know, like I was saying before, I know for me, you went ahead and you informed me, hey, take this web app course, take this hacking course, and after that, start working on IDORs. As you know, I'm like a sniper when it comes to IDORs. You know, I'll help you get there. And you know, what was it for you the last 2-3 years to take your skills to another level?
I really don't know the moment when I became, for example, a sniper on IDORs, but I believe that I have all that knowledge on IDORs, on previous escalation, and process scripting, for example, because I have a lot of experience, a lot of invested time researching, reporting, testing different organizations, different companies. And to level up your game, you need to learn and have experience. most of all experience, because if you read a lot and don't have experience, there won't be such a successful job. So to level up your game, to become one of the best, you need to invest a lot of time. Don't give up. High motivation and gain experience. Experience is everything. You need to sit down, start researching different companies, start searching for books, reporting, and that's all.
Putting in that work. Can you do me a favor and take me through what your day is like? From when you wake up, what time you wake up, and what do you do? What does that look like in Santi's world?
Well, right now it's very routine of life. For example, I get up very late because I hacked all night until 4 or 5 a.m. and then I get up around 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. Um, I don't have breakfast, so maybe sometimes because I get up late and I get up and eat. So, and finding books in the day, for example, 1 or 2 books, I report them, and that's all for now. But well, I hack 8 hours a day, like a normal job. I have a routine. I have my own rest. I play video games. I maybe go for a run, and then I eat. I hack again in the night, and then I go to sleep. But when I was in the beginning as hacker, my life was very volatile because I didn't have a routine or have any time of schedule in my life. So I was all day hacking. But it's very important for the hackers or for the person to have a routine, because I think that you could have a more successful working time if you have your own routines. You have your rest, you have your time to spend with friends, to make exercise, to sleep, for example, to eat. Because some people believe that if you invest more times, you will find more books. But I think in my own experience that it's not like that. For example, if you don't sleep, then you are all day really tired and your work is not very successful. So it's very important to have a routine. And I have a really standard routine right now. Most of all, in now that we have quarantine, we are all day in our houses.
Awesome, awesome. And let me ask you, what or how do you find the motivation to keep going when things get rough, when it really starts hitting the fan? You know, what do you do to stay motivated?
Um, I think first thing that if you keep finding books, maybe if you have a stage that you don't find any books, keep motivated. And if you don't find books, stay away from the computer and try to make anything else that you love. If you want to stay with friends, if you want to do a hobby, it's very important to recover that motivation. Is not working again until you are really in yourself. You are really, for example, in peace. Um, I think to recover my motivation when I was on that stages, because all the hackers have stages that don't find any books. It's very normal. And so I really recommend to stay away from the computer for few hours, few days, whatever you need, and recover the motivation because all those books are out there, and if you keep focus, you will be able to find them for sure.
Yeah, that's really important basically when you're going through that grind to take that step away. I know when we spoke at the time before COVID, you would go out and exercise and do that. Are you implementing any exercises and gaming or on your downtime that everyone is stuck in their house?
Yeah, for sure. I do gaming right now. Maybe go for a run. Maybe I don't do a lot of exercise. I'm not a big fan, but I know that it's very important for the body to do exercise. So I go for a run when I can.
Do you go out a lot, or is everyone like super quarantined over there in Argentina as well?
Yeah, we're in super quarantine. I don't know if you know it or the spectators know it, but here in Argentina we are in the largest quarantine in the world, and we are all locked down, all the business all locked down, so you can do anything out there. Maybe go for a run right now because the government allowed it, but you can't do it. Nothing for now.
Do you miss going to a lot of the hacker events and the HackerOne events around the world? Do you miss that?
Yeah, a lot. I miss the events, the traveling, and knowing the people, meeting you, Marcos. So yes, I really miss it.
Take me through one of those events, right? From when they announced the event and when you start looking for bugs to the day of the event. And, what is that like? Because I was with you. I'm going to give the people what I've seen when I went to an event and then hanging with you. And I'm going to give you my experience of what I've seen. So go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all events are really, really cool. First, they pay really, really well. All companies that participate in the events give a lot of bonus, and they give new scope for the hackers to research. So it's really cool. So they give you the scope around 1 or 2 weeks before the event, and then in the event you hang out, you wait for the rewards, you meet people, you talk about books, and it's very cool for learning. I think I learned a lot coming to those events. Meeting all those hackers that they have so much experience, they are really, really good. And having that conversation and learning from them is very special. I think that those events were really helpful for me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a real big eye-opening experience when I went to the one at RSA, right? That was a special guest. You invited me, and what was cool about when you had all of your bugs submitted, it was the anticipation of when are they going to count my bug, right? And what is the criticality of the bug? So I'm telling you, he's nervous. He's like, they got to give me some high so I could get paid out good. And it was like for like, I would say 8 hours of him just waiting. And it's like, okay, I got on the leaderboard. Okay. Now I'm on the top 3, and then I'm on the top 2, and then I'm number 1, and then I go back to 2. So it was really exciting throughout the day. And you had a documentary that was going, that they were filming you. We're going to get into that. But the one thing I would say which was cool was they asked you to present your bug that you found, a quick 5-minute presentation on how you found it and went through the bug. So can you take me in that like that was me what I seen, but how are you feeling during the day during that event where you're waiting for them, because it's huge, right? I think that day you made over
Yeah,
80,000. So
yeah,
how
it's
did you feel?
well, all that 8 hours you are really nervous because you are waiting for the rewards. Maybe you have already the books trashed, or maybe not. Maybe they trash, they accept the books in the event. So you're waiting to get the rewards and then have the feedback from the team. When you have the rewards, you are really, really happy. It's amazing. And the show and tell is also really good to learning because you you hear all those great hackers presenting in a screen all that critical book that he found, and he starts explaining it really good, and it's special to learning to keep motivated, and the rewards are really great. The leaderboard, the moment that you come to the first place in the leaderboard, it's very special. And it's very exciting.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. So let's switch gears a little bit. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenges for companies in the future to secure their web apps?
Well, I think we are on a race. For example, on a race with the black hat hackers, the bad guys, and we have two competitors. We have the bad hackers, and we have the companies that tries to improve their security. So I think the biggest challenge for the companies is to keep learning, to keep improving, and the cybersecurity team, they need to start learning more about bug bounty programs to create their own bug bounty program to have access to all those hackers to hack their companies for good. So I think the biggest challenge is to win the race, most of all, because all the bad guys are getting better and better. They are improving themselves. They are trying to find a new ways to hack those companies. So the job for the companies is to keep investing in cybersecurity and keep hiring new people with talent on hacking cybersecurity and be able to win that race and keep improving their programs. That's the biggest challenge, I think.
Awesome. And the last time we were together, you were recording a documentary. Can you talk about what that documentary was about? And they were cool people when during RSA. So, and when is it coming out?
Well, that documentary is more of telling all my adventures, for example, as a hacker. And we try to show all the people, all our visitors, how to be a good hacker, how is my life, how is hacking with me, for example, how to keep motivated, show all that scene, that hiding the scene of the hackers, so you can be like me and try to learn a lot and try to hack.
Yeah, is it? Do you find that it's getting harder to find vulnerabilities on programs, on different programs?
Mm, no. I think it will be easier because more companies are getting involved in cybersecurity, and there are such a lot of programs to find, such a lot of vulnerabilities to find yet. So I don't think that it's getting harder. I think all this market is growing, so you will have way more chance to find books. You have a lot of programs coming out daily. So I think too you need to believe that all all companies have vulnerabilities to find. So there is no company that is not vulnerable. So it's not hard to find bugs today. You just need to have patience, keep working hard.
And guys, I want to say, if you have your questions, now is the time. I have a few more questions for him. I want to ask him any questions that you may have, and this is why we do the live stream, right? This is going to be converted into a podcast, right? But the most important thing is, how does Santi and I provide you guys value, right? If you have questions, it's awesome for you guys to ask them, and Santi answer them. And it's just good, that feedback, that giving back and providing value is awesome. And Santi, I know from my experience, I call you up like at least every 2 weeks, and I have a bundle of questions that I ask you. So I'm lucky enough to give you a call and have conversations with you. And when something is difficult, or I'm having problems with something, or I need another perspective, I get to call you. I get to phone you up. So this is why it's important. You guys submit your questions. I'm definitely going to ask Santi, and it's awesome. Thank you guys for bearing with me getting this right, and hopefully it is right. So, Santi, what is next for you?
Well, what is next for me? I think it's opening my new company, opening a cybersecurity company to provide all the people that want to learn about hacking, to have all the tools waiting for me to be able to learn, be a good hacker maybe in the future. I think that would be a cool help for the community.
Awesome. The questions are starting to come in. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Jor Ruiz. He goes, I got a few questions, and bring them on. Can you give us some examples of niches that are rarely fulfilled in bug bounties? What are some of those things that you find that are very specific when you're doing bug bounties?
Things that are very specific that I found. I found really common bugs of permission models. It's very common to see platforms that have permission models of users. I think a very cool niche to look on is always the permission model, to find pre-declarations or IDORs or anything related to the permissions. That's a very cool spot to look on.
Awesome. We got another question. Sparsh Gupta. What kind of bugs you usually look for?
Cross-site encrypting, pre-escalation, and IDORs and server-side request forgery. That's the four most common that I look on, especially IDORs or pre-escalations.
All right, we got another question coming from Joar. Do you ever work with other hackers on bounties?
Yes, sometimes I made some collaborations before, but I like to work by myself. But I know a lot of hackers that love to do collaborations, and they work really good together. So I recommend you to find a cool partner to hack.
Gotcha. Another one, Sparsh Gupta. How much time it took you for you to find your first bug?
Between 6 months to a year to find my first bug.
That is growth for you. Not giving up.
You need to keep persistent for sure, man. You need to stay motivated and not giving up. No matters the time that it lasts. If you need to wait 1 year or 2 years to find your first book. Keep motivated and you will do it. I'm sure.
That's awesome. Here we go. Marco Polex. What things do you look for when researching companies for bug bounties? Can you give us an example?
Yes, most of all, I look for the companies that have permission models or connections with users because I'm really a sniper looking those kind of books. So I always look for permission models on the companies. If the company doesn't have permission models or users connected, I maybe don't look at it.
Awesome. So this is a question in Spanish. I'm going to translate it into English. So, ¿de qué página aprendiste más al principio? Which web page or website in the beginning did you learn most? You could answer it both in English and Spanish. For Aspel.
Spanish.
Go
Okay,
go with Spanish first, and then I'll translate it if you want me to.
Okay. Más que nada, en realidad no me acuerdo exactamente qué página era la que me hizo aprender muchísimo, porque en realidad no es solo una página, es una combinación de diferentes blogs o videos que he visto en YouTube. En realidad, vos tenés que mirar básicamente en Google y aprender cualquier tipo de contenido de blog que veas ahí y ver qué cosa te puede interesar, cuál blog está más completo, cuál puede estar mejor hecho, y así ir aprendiendo poco a poco. Después te vas pasando a lo que tiene que ver más con la experiencia y vas buscando más en las compañías encontradas en HackerOne o cualquier programa de Bug Bounty y vas combinando tu experiencia con todo tu conocimiento y así vas ganando muchísimo más conocimiento de hacker.
That is a mouthful, but I'm going to try to do it in about 2 sentences. So what he said was, at first, it wasn't just one page or multiple pages. It was a body of work, basically using Google, using different websites, learning different techniques. And then over time, I put all of that together to then start doing a lot of bounty hunting and getting things, just getting better every day. And I hope I didn't botch that up, but that was a long sentence, and that's what I got from it. It was trust in the process. Okay, next question. We got a bunch of questions, and I appreciate it. You keep on asking, and I'm gonna keep on speaking it. I'm just gonna read off the next one. Jor, Santi, you're my role model. I have much respect for you. There you go. That's love back. John Albert, what is the tool that you would recommend for starting bug bounty hunters?
Burp Pro is the best tool for the bug bounty hackers. The best tool ever. I really recommend getting that license for a year and then start investigating and start playing with it.
All right. Sparsh Gupta asks, what are your views on recon?
I don't do a lot of recon. I know a lot of hackers that do a lot of recon, but I don't do it. I like the manual hacking, most of all.
Gotcha. Marco Polex, it's in Spanish, and I'm gonna botch this, but I'll try it. If not, you could retype it inside in English or do Google Translate. ¿Qué te parece sobre ataques de sistemas biométricos?
No tengo mucha experiencia en sistemas biométricos, así que no te sabría decir exactamente.
All right. So the question was, what do you think about different attacks against biometrics? And his reply was, I don't have a lot of experience with that. So, guys, you keep on asking questions. We're going to keep on going. I have a question. I've been in this game for a long time, right? Bug bounty is new to me, right? I heard about it. I was just like, it's not my thing. I'm a RE, by day, and I love to learn. I'm a forever learner until I die. So when I hooked up with you and we started connecting and you started mentoring me on what to do, my skill level has gone through the roof, right? And I'm lucky enough, like I said earlier, to have you as a mentor. Since you know me, what are my next steps? What should I be doing next just to put myself out there as we had a lot of conversations, right? I took the course that you told me, you gave me another course. I banged that out. And what I'm doing is once a week, I'm looking on a weekend, looking for bugs on programs. What do you recommend? What is my next step?
Well, I think, Marco, your next step is to find your first book. If you, I know that you really find.
Yeah, I found some dupes, but that level of 12K, I don't think I'm there yet.
Well, I believe you need to keep motivated and keep finding books until they are triaged and rewarded. When you find that first book, you will have more experience to understand why the last books were duplicated or were informative, and understand what types of books you need to find now from on.
So I like to add on to that. I think, my first bug was a dupe, right? But I was doing like recon and looking for bugs, and I wasn't finding none for a month. This is a true story. I had a conversation with you and you said, look for IDORs, go do some tutorials on IDORs and start testing and looking for IDORs. Within 4 days, I had my first bug that I submitted. And then the next week, I submitted another bug. Both were dupes. Didn't get paid for it, but it gave me that incentive to be like, just STFU and listen to what Santi has to say. So I kudos to you for finding my first bug. You gave me the hints on what I need to do to take it to that next level. And we have another question. Now, John Albert, what specs of laptop PC do you use for web hacking when you started? i3, 4 gigabyte RAM, question. What was that looking like?
I remember I had a laptop, a really old laptop, that it wasn't very fast. So it was kind of hard for me to keep surfing in the web and hacking. But I still could find my first book using the laptop. So when I keep earning money and I bought my own Mac. So my computer was a really old laptop.
Awesome. Asper, what kind of vulnerabilities do you recommend for starting when you're going to start hacking and going into bug bounties? What do you want to pinpoint? What should you focus on?
I think the easier book to find is cross-site scripting. It's really easy to find, and it's well paid in most cases. So I really recommend cross-site scripting. It's a very easy book to find and to understand.
Awesome. What made you interested in cybersecurity from JOR?
Why I was interested?
What made you interested in cybersecurity?
Well, I didn't have any knowledge of cybersecurity or hackers, but I discovered all the world of hacking through a movie. I look on the famous old hackers movie. So I saw it on TV and I was interested. I was interested in that world and to understand and to make happen all those tricks that the hackers could do. So I started investigating about cybersecurity after I saw that movie.
Jar, how can we connect with you if we're interested in joining your cybersecurity company's team?
I will post it on Twitter, or you can contact me through Twitter or Instagram, and we will let you know when we are up, and we start joining all those hackers to keep learning from them.
Mashro on Periscope says, are you on a break from bug bounties?
No, not really. Maybe I'm not so active like I was before, but I'm not in a break right now. I do it like I do it for a living, so I do it like a job, like if you have a salary. So I still have it.
What would you say? How many bugs do you find a week? Let's just say an example, a typical week.
I have a standard in my head to find around 1 or 2 books per day. So I hack like 5 days a week. I don't hack on I don't hack on weekends. So maybe I found around 10 books or between 6 or 10 books a week.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Marco Polek says, how did you motivate yourself when you felt like quitting?
Well, I was very motivated. I win motivation because I started thinking about the final result. And I was thinking in my head that if I could be a good hacker, I will win. I will make a lot of money. So I keep motivated, and you don't need to lose the goal. If you lose the goal, you lose all the motivation. So if you focus on that goal, focus on the final result, focus on what you can get, that's a cool way to not losing motivation when you not find any books.
John Albert says, have you learned a different programming language or how to program low-level languages like C++, Java, Ruby, Python for bug bounties?
I learning a lot about JavaScript. It's very cool to find cross-site scriptings and HTML, of course. A little bit of Python to write exploits or stuff like that, but not a very professional way. I don't know a lot about Python, but I still have an idea of the language.
Awesome. We got more questions coming in, and I'm happy. How many hours a week you spend on hacking?
A week. Okay. I spend around 6 or 8 hours a day, like a normal job, and I hack 5 days a week. So it will be around I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 hours a week, maybe. I don't have the specific count.
It's a lot of hours. A lot of hours.
Yeah.
You're putting in the work.
If I found a lot of books in a week, maybe I give up for the week.
Do you ever say, okay, I found 4 bugs today, I'm done? in 3 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God. How many do we have to be at a certain level to join your company? Will there be any internships opportunities for people new into cybersecurity?
Well, if you don't have any knowledge of cybersecurity and you want to learn, then you will be able to register and join our company and start enjoying all the knowledge that will be able to give it to you. But if you want to work, we can talk together and see what happens. We don't have still like a specific employee list, but we are working on it, and we will all let you know.
Awesome. This question is near and dear to my heart because I usually ask this. I really ask these questions to everyone, and then I usually ask for a follow-up. So Marco Polex says, what type of music do you listen to while you're hacking?
Good question. Well, I like the reggaeton. First of all,
Reggaetoni.
it's very common here. Yeah, it's very common in Argentina. So
So you play Bad Bunny when you're hacking?
exactly.
Yeah. All right. So here's the follow-up question. Do you use iTunes or Spotify?
Spotify.
All right. So I'm asking, create a list and tweet out your playlist that you share out while you're hacking. So I know people will follow it. People will want to hear that as well. Mashu,
Yes, I should do it.
yes, you're gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you to do it. So here goes. Mashud on Periscope says, do you automate finding your bugs or do you do it manually?
Like 95% of my work is manual. Everything is manual. Maybe I do automation when I report my bugs.
Awesome.
But most of all is manual.
This is a good question because your location. John Albert says, what number of megabits per second internet speed do you recommend for web hacking? 25 megabits per second, 40 megabits per second? What do you recommend?
I don't know exactly, but with the normal, maybe 25 is okay. With the normal connection to surf the web, it's okay. You don't need to have a very special connection to be able to hack.
Do you have or do you use any VPSs or anything like that? Any hot points?
No.
Raw. That's
Pretty
it.
common.
Straight there. Do you ever get blocked?
No, I don't know why.
You never get blocked. Jeez.
No.
You know, that's one of my fears of getting blocked, and half of the internet that I'm trying to go to, I can't go to it because I'm blocked. But I was blocked. I remember I was working on doing, I forget the company right now, but they blocked me, but they only had a 24-hour block. So I was just like, all right, I'll just use like Tor or whatever. And it was all good. But guys, we're coming up on an hour now. Do me a favor, put your questions down. Do you have a Discord, Slack channel for community? If no, can you create one? It will really be helpful. Sparsh Gupta, here's the plan. As the weeks go on, I'm adding new features in, right? So I was only doing this on Twitter, Periscope. I am going to create a Discord or Slack channel, one of the two. I am creating a newsletter. Basically, the newsletter is going to be once a week on Sundays on cool things that, for me, I either read, some cool projects that I learned, things that I learned from Santi that I'll probably add on there when I have conversations with him. And that is basically, I'm trying to provide value. Over the course of my career, I've had so many cool people come into my life and help me. I want to do the same in any way for someone. I think for me, it gives me great satisfaction to try to help people out there, you know, and take their skills to another level. And that's why, you know, every week I'm having more and more people, you know, reach out to me, let me know, you know, not only how I'm helping them, and it makes me feel good that I'm providing value to people. And the questions keep on coming in. I love it. Keep on bringing it. What is your most critical finding in terms of bug class?
Well, in terms of book class, was a very cool cyber side request forgery, and I got paid around 10K, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, really cool book.
I guess this is an insight. I want you to go into one of your best live hacking events. 1, how much money did you make? 2, how many bugs did you submit? 3, were you happy with the result? And 4, where you see, are there going to maybe in 2021 have any live events?
Well, my best live hacking event was in Las Vegas last year. The company that I love the most was participating on the event, so it was really good for me. I think I found like 100 books. I think I don't know exactly the quantity, but they pay me around more than 1,000K in that event. So I was really, really happy inside it.
One day,
yeah,
over $100,000 made, guys.
Was worth.
So
and then yes, I think in 2021 there will be another deep hacking events that they will be on person, because in this year there were deep hacking events, but they were all online.
All right. Do you use a VPN or any type of virtual environment when hacking?
No.
What is your host OS?
My host OS is
Mac.
So, yeah. A very common Mac.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button on this. Make sure of that, because next week we have another. For the next 8 weeks, I got people lined up. We have another question. I was at Not Pink Con yesterday. Did you get a chance to attend? If so, what was your favorite talk? I wasn't there. Were you? Did you attend, Santi?
No, I didn't. I lost it.
I mean, there's a lot of events going on.
Yeah.
I haven't attended anything. I don't think I'm going to attend anything. I don't think I'm going to travel. I can't. I like I told you guys, I can't afford to put myself in a situation. I am a caregiver, and I can't put myself in a situation where potentially I get sick. So I'm trying to stay quarantined and stay safe like everyone else. He said it was in the con was in Argentina. It was a virtual and free. He didn't attend, but I mean, if you put a link up there, I want to check it out if they're going to post up talks. I'm always looking forward to having learning, right? So I'm still going through a lot of the videos from DEF CON, and you know, that's one thing that I missed this year. I really wanted to go to DEF CON and hang out with you, Santi, and all the people that I usually hang with. So,
yeah,
you know, it's good. This is a good one. This is how you feel. How did you feel when you became the first hacker to cross the $1 million bar?
I was really, really proud of myself. I didn't believe at the first that I was going to get to that top, to that target. So I was really proud and happy. I was excited to see that my work was really well paid. So I was really proud.
That's awesome. This is an interesting question. John on YouTube says, did you ever find yourself almost pushing the line of breaking any cybersecurity laws due to a wrong move, inadvertently using Nmap to scan a wrong IP address or trying to hack something that was out of bounds?
Not in my in my opinion. No. I didn't get into that point. It's very important to be to try to be the way more professional that you can be, and try to not scan or touch anything that you could damage the company. But if it happens, try to stay calm and try to contact the cybersecurity team and explain what happened. And I'm sure they will understand. You don't need to be worried about it. But still, try to not touch anything that you can't.
So Asper says, what does your family and friends think about you and what's going on with all the hype behind you?
Well, my family and friends are really happy. First, they were kind of maybe nervous because they didn't believe or they were curious about the hacking and all that world, because all people see us the hackers as the bad guys. But when you explain all the situation and all the work that you're doing to make the internet safer, they understand it and they were really happy.
We got a question out of Periscope. What do you find most, client side or server side bugs?
I find more server side bugs. It's very common.
Awesome. Do you ever deal with imposter syndrome, like feeling that you're not capable or the expert in your field, even though you've achieved so much?
No, I really. I think I didn't experience that feeling before. I hope I don't experience.
Yeah, I mean, just to add on that, I think when you are comfortable, not only with yourself and just the process of learning, you're always going to say, okay, I don't know this, or even IDOR, like for me at the time, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do research. It wasn't an imposter. I was just trusting the process that I know that I'm going to get better. Right? Maybe I need to go from 0 to hero. And I think there's always a process to go through that, right? You got to put in the work, you got to put in that time, and eventually you're going to get better. So I believe imposter syndrome is real, right? But for me, like I'm a reverse engineer, dude. If I don't know something, I'm fine with it, right? I don't want to say I'm an imposter, or I do feel like, oh man, I gotta brush up on these techniques. Okay, let me set a plan for myself to get better in understanding what I need to do to accomplish something. So that's how I tackle that, and not the reverse, like, oh, having that imposter syndrome. So did your parents support you when they had known for the first time that you were hacking?
Yeah, for sure. I explained all the work that I was doing for to make all the money. So they understood it completely, and they were very happy. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And I bet they continue to support you during this time, right? Do they
Yeah,
ever
exactly.
like, hey, how much did you get this week? How many bugs did you find this week?
Um, this week I think I just 6 for now.
Nice. And guys, if you haven't seen, there was an interview, I believe, it's on YouTube or the BBC, right?
Yeah, that interview was really, really great. And you look on YouTube, BBC, Santiago Lopez, and you will be able to view it. It's amazing. They came all the way to Argentina, and they made an interview on my beach house. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really cool. I thought when I seen that, I thought it was cool. And yeah, when is the documentary coming out, or has it been pushed back since COVID?
Yeah. Since COVID, we were not able to film yet, so we don't have a specific date when they are coming out. But I hope it will be really soon when all this quarantine stuff end, and will be really good for the people to see. I'm really sure of it. It
I
will
don't.
be really fun. Will be really good to learn.
So the idea, I don't know if you guys heard the Bug Bounty song, the song that we came up with, right?
Yeah.
We came up with that song when Santi came over with the film crew and everything. Right after, we basically came up, Napoleon came up with the beat, and we were just having fun, and we came up with the song, and we were like, oh, this is going to be. We're gonna give it to Santi to put it on his documentary, and it should be cool.
Yeah, for sure. That song is amazing. It's the official Blue Bounty researcher song, man. It's really good.
Yeah. So there was another question. What's your favorite film feature that features hackers?
The old Hackers movie is the best. The movie that has Angelina Jolie in stuff.
Yeah, I think for me it's definitely, of course, Hackers. Also, Sneakers was good. I think, it's not hacking, but it's hacking of the brain. It's Limitless is one of my favorite movies. Also, you gotta put in Mr. Robot, right? Seasons 1, 2, and 3. Season 4, for me was okay,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it is
Very
definitely
good. Very
it's definitely a good series and very accurate. I had a lot of friends that worked on that technical aspect of Mr. Robot, and it's awesome. It definitely will be Marco Polex. He asked. It'll be on the podcast. I think it's recorded here as well. Yes, in the beginning you hear, and usually I do an outro to it, right? So I think, like I said, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. If you guys have any other questions, definitely reach out, DM him. DM Santiago. He is amazing. He always answers my questions. Anytime I DM him, he's always on there. And Santiago, I greatly, greatly appreciate you having patience and getting this right, one. And two, like I said, guys, it's one of those things I love doing live streams because you get it right? You if it's recorded and you don't get it right, you don't get it right. But now I know exactly every time I finish talking, I have to hit the mute button. And that's something that I'm learning. So when I'm done here, I'm going to troubleshoot that. And then I'm just going to retweet, like, we've been live for like an hour and 30 minutes. The first 15, 20 minutes, fast forward, and the interview starts, without the echoing after. And that's what it is. I'm happy that you guys are asking those questions and we're here. And like I said, next week we got a special guest, Dave Kennedy. The week after that, we have Alex Ianoski, VP from CrowdStrike. The week after that, we have Marcus Carey. And it's, dude, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Definitely later on this year, maybe in December or January, I'm going to have you back on. There's a bunch of things that I'm working on and doing. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Santi. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to call you in like the next week.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to have this conversation again, sir. So I like I said, I do feel lucky and I greatly appreciate it. And you guys, do you have any last or any parting words for anyone out there, Santi?
Yes, first, saying thank you to everyone to spend time listening to us. Thank you, Marco, for inviting me. And then to all our viewers, keep motivated, keep finding books. All those books are out there, and there is a lot of money to be made. So keep safe and keep hacking.
Guys, do me a favor. If we provided value in any way to you guys, hit the subscribe button, retweet it, get it out there. This will help. Not only more people will be able to see it, it'll pop up into their feeds, and it'll help promote not only this channel and help us in those ways. And like I said, over the next few weeks, we're going to add additional things so you could engage with us. Have, maybe a Discord channel where after the live stream, we'll hang out over there and ask any more questions so you can, have those conversations with the guests. And man, it's always a pleasure speaking to you. You always try. I always say after I basically have a call with you, I have to get off and think to say, okay, what is my new direction? What I need to tackle. So it is what it is. I'm grateful. And like I said, Santi, thank you so much. And I will see you later, Santi.
Thanks to you, bro.
All right.
Bye, man.
Take care.
Bye. Take care.
Guys, like I said, next week we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live. We're gonna get it right. And hopefully everything works perfectly. I'm not ashamed if it's not working correctly. I'm not ashamed to try to fix it there. But I promise you, I will get it right. Yep, exactly, Marco. Keep calm and keep hacking. And until next week, like I said, I'll tweet out the time for next week. You don't want to miss it. Dave Kennedy is going to be on talking about all things hacking, how we met, and all of his cool experiences, how to build a company, how to take your skills to a new level. And I'll get it right. Until next time, make sure you retweet this. You DM me, you let me know, give me advice. All the feedback is warranted, sir. So I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, next week, it's going to be on. You guys, take care. This is for the whole community.
Playing on that red team, they're trying to
Thank
find
you.
me. They're always thinking